yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Don't judge, and the old timers didn't either. Fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they've taken. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely has the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody.
After Terence Crawford's stunning majority decision victory over Canelo Alvarez, which earned him the title of undisputed super middleweight champion, many boxing analysts have begun debating whether he could challenge a prime Floyd Mayweather. Beyond just the result, Crawford's performance itself drew admiration. He controlled the fight from range, switched stances with ease, stayed composed under pressure, and combined smart tactics with ruthless precision.
Outboxed Canelo, made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to, he moved when he was supposed to, made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Several analysts, including Bob Arum, have suggested that Crawford's ambidextrous talent and diverse skill set could make him the one fighter capable of matching, or even surpassing, Mayweather in his prime.
Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight?
Why do you feel he wipes the floor with him?
Why?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or?
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable.
Canelo Alvarez, having shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, reignited the debate after his 2025 unanimous decision loss, which crowned Crawford as the undisputed super middleweight champion. Canelo admitted that he believes Crawford is the superior fighter, praising his versatility, ring intelligence, defensive instincts, and ability to switch stances seamlessly.
And he said he might be better than Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. crafted an iconic legacy with an unblemished 50-0 record, showcasing defensive brilliance and the ability to dominate across multiple weight divisions, from super featherweight up to light middleweight. Known for his exceptional movement, lightning-fast reflexes, and precision counterpunching, Mayweather mastered the art of controlling fights while avoiding serious damage. Over his career, he captured 15 major world titles across 5 weight classes during one of boxing's most competitive eras, regularly facing opponents who are champions and legends themselves.
Of all the fights, you've had 50. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds, but nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym, and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I come home and say, you got to tighten up, champ.
Yeah.
You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing weapon.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Similarly, Terence Crawford has maintained a spotless record throughout his career. He has captured more than 18 major world titles across 5 different weight divisions and made history as the first male boxer to become undisputed champion in 3 of them. Known for his ability to switch stances seamlessly, Crawford's power has carried up with him as he's moved through the weights, sharpening both his accuracy and finishing ability. Among his most notable victories are decisive wins over Errol Spence Jr. and, most recently, Canelo Alvarez.
You know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
The last question is, I know Trey, after the fight, have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the better man.
The recent showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez marked a defining moment in modern boxing history. Crawford stepped up in weight to challenge Canelo for the undefeated super middleweight titles and emerged victorious after 12 grueling rounds. He earned a majority decision with scores of 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113. Crawford executed a disciplined game plan, controlling distance with crisp footwork, sharp jabs, and precise counterpunches, while effectively neutralizing Canelo's power and relentless pressure. Despite taking heavy shots and suffering a cut over his right eye, Crawford maintained his composure and pace throughout. The triumph made him the first male fighter in the modern era to claim undisputed championships in 3 different weight classes, cementing his status among the greatest boxers in history. His record now stands at 42-0.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
A few weeks ago, Roy Jones Jr. praised Terence Crawford as one of the most complete fighters in boxing history, noting that his talent and adaptability are on par with the sport's all-time greats. Jones highlighted Crawford's fluid stance switching, impeccable balance, sharp ring IQ, and ability to blend offense and defense seamlessly. However, he also mentioned that Crawford still needs a few more marquee matchups to fully solidify his legacy. According to Jones, Crawford's recent victories, particularly over elite opponents, demonstrate that his performance is finally matching the lofty expectations long set for him.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, you know, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donnell. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Keith Thurman praised Terence Crawford's performance, describing it as a masterclass in fundamentals, ring control, and tactical execution. He emphasized how Crawford effectively used his jab, movement, angles, and control of distance to neutralize Canelo's trademark power and pressure. While Thurman had previously questioned how Crawford's body would handle the added weight, he acknowledged that Bud's speed, timing, and composure made the difference. Thurman also noted that Canelo appeared slower than usual and struggled to adapt, unable to rely on his strength as he had in past bouts. In conclusion, Thurman called Crawford's victory a true display of strategic brilliance and technical precision, while reminding fans that, despite the loss, Canelo remains a formidable opponent.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas admitted that he initially underestimated Terence Crawford going into the fight, but Crawford's dominant performance quickly changed his mind. Vargas was deeply impressed by how precisely Crawford executed his game plan, praising his sharp technique, flawless ring control, and pinpoint accuracy throughout the bout. While he continued to show respect for Canelo Alvarez, calling him a dangerous and highly skilled champion, Vargas acknowledged that Crawford was simply the better fighter that night. He expressed both humility and admiration as he admitted his earlier misjudgment, commending Crawford for delivering such a brilliant and historic victory.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas Jr. also shared his thoughts on the bout. With nearly 70 professional fights behind him, he believes Canelo Alvarez has endured a grueling journey. Vargas argued that after so many high-level contests, a fighter's reflexes, physical tone, and sharpness tend to fade. While he still regards Canelo as one of boxing's premier names, he observed that the speed and energy which once defined him appear diminished, and that his power no longer seems quite what it used to be.
It was going to be too much. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. I ate my words up, you know what I mean? But ¿recuerdas de esto? ¿Me gusta esta foto? Sí. Hace como 2 años.
Actually, I was thinking this.
Good.
I was like, no, that's great.
I have a you bro. What you guys flipping from that afternoon? I'll give you a coffee. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So,
what do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Ul Bernstein highlighted another key aspect of Terence Crawford's game, his unpredictability. According to Bernstein, Crawford doesn't rely on a rigid or easily anticipated strategy in the ring. Instead, he adapts and changes tactics mid-fight, which makes it difficult for opponents, like Canelo, who relies on timing and counterpunching, to anticipate his next move. Crawford's ability to seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances further complicates things.
Most fans or most people would probably say Crawford, I'm guessing, because that's a big part of how he's won, and everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He's a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer. Sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford. But I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you can see.
Teddy Atlas has frequently praised Terence Crawford, emphasizing that his greatness extends far beyond physical skills. Atlas points to Crawford's exceptional mental attributes, including sharp timing, keen instincts, the ability to read opponents, and the flexibility to adjust tactics mid-fight. He also highlights qualities that don't always show up in statistics, such as cleverness, a high ring IQ, and courage.
This is the eye test. Everyone he's been in there, he's won convincingly. I know with the Match for More fight, people want him to win big. It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights, only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at, being a trainer, being in the business of boxing my whole life, 50 years of it.
Canelo Alvarez recently stated that he believes Terence Crawford is superior to both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Jeff Mayweather. In response, Floyd's uncle Jeff suggested that Canelo's praise might have been strategic, intended to elevate Crawford's reputation ahead of their potential matchup. While Jeff acknowledged Crawford's skill and intelligence, possibly even comparable to Floyd's, he disagreed with the notion that Crawford surpasses Floyd defensively. He also noted that athletes often make such comparisons to magnify their own accomplishments by framing victories over top opponents as even more impressive.